I love energy readers. Did I ever tell you that? I do. I love energy readers. I really do. Especially the divinely protected ones. See, what we're going to be running into an issue with me calling judgment on the situation is everyone's sigils, they're going to be backfiring on them. Because, I mean, if we're having magic backfires, then that pretty much means everyone's magic backfires except for love, because love always wins. So you got to keep in mind, you're talking about the energy of greed. Okay, great. So they're greedy people. As their magic starts to backfire, you're talking about Pisces ancestors that don't play, especially Leo Rising's ancestors that don't play. And it is a corrupt group of parasites. And I mean, the easiest way to get rid of parasites on a dog is to dip them in this blue solution. And it's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. I'm not responsible for that. But what I can tell you is, okay, so they're living off of the back of earth angels and star seeds. Now, you would have to be absolutely blind not to figure out how they're doing this. And you're right, they do. They know exactly what they're doing because they have a following. People like that shit. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And 18 does equal a 9, so that would be divine endings and conclusions. You're correct. Thank you for that. And that's what it is. I mean, when I hear a protected reader say that when an earth angel calls judgment, the very air they breathe will work against them. Well, I mean, currently we have forever chemicals in the water. That'll be working against them. And they did. They wanted to play with the clairsentience emotions. And I can't do anything about that. But what I can tell you is the aspect of living off of the back of star seeds, earth angels, walk-ins, because that's that jealousy energy that you ladies have in the cards. And it is, they admire the freedom of the earth angel, but they want to clip the earth angel's wings because they're not one. They're doing this. They're talking. See my hand moving like bumping gums. They talk about it, but then they try to cover it up. They try to hide it with bribes, bribing tarot readers to, and then the tarot readers are kind of funny. They'll do the work. They'll go with the narrative, but then they change the energy right back to try to save face. But they don't understand that causes karma too. They're karmic tarot readers, and I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. Because, see, what you have is they'll talk about these people are supposed to be protected. We have to save them from witch hunts. And then they get witches together as magicians and become opportunists. They try to create a witch hunt because they're just jealous. They're just not what they talk about. They're living off the backs of those things. They're reading autobiographies and they're really not that smart. They're not that smart about it because now it's all starting to backfire on them. And I can't do anything about that. And they will. They want to get back into the energy because the light triggers their demons. Thank you for that. 3 and a 6, mind, body, and soul with God force on humans. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. You know, I had a beautiful conversation with a Capricorn this evening, an artist of sorts, and much younger, coming in to the aspect of indigo, crystal, or rainbow children. Understood that concept very well because they are one. See, this older generation living off of the backs of them, using magic and smoke and mirrors because it's not real. And they even tell you, maybe I'm one. Maybe you're one. Maybe is bullshit. If you are one, you know you're one. You are who the fuck you know you are. And that's what it is. They're just opportunists. And they want to do everything possible not to get caught. And there's nothing we can do about it because, I mean, judgment has already been called. That's why they're in the situation that they're in right now. And, you know, as that heightened state of rage increases and, you know, boils their little blood, it's just what it is. I mean, not everyone is made the same, I agree. But I'm telling you that Gemini energy in your cards that is chasing Pisces, that is an artist that I cut ties with a long time ago, right? And whatever practitioner they have paid to bring an energy that is known for turning Egypt into sand. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. I mean, look at the stories of the Pharaoh, and it's just what it is. I mean, that shit is stories. We're dealing with reality right now. And the current reality across the United States, just by looking at my community page, is the very water they drink is going to be working against them. Now, me personally, I'm known for taking poisonous substances and waking up to women trying to figure out which language to pray in. So I'm not worried about forever chemicals in your water. I mean, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. And I really don't like to bring religion into it. However, if you look at like Pentecostal Kentucky serpent handlers, that they shake snakes and they drink strychnine out of a mason jar, get bit in the face, and it's what, and then go to Sizzler after the mass with the congregation after drinking strychnine. And when they documented them and interviewed them, they asked them, they said, how are you guzzling strychnine out of a mason jar? One drop of this will kill a horse. And they said, well, yeah, but the horse isn't smart enough to have faith that no weapon formed against them shall prosper. And I would have to agree with that. I would have to agree with that. But I mean, when you have Pisces readers talking about Pisces, you need to call judgment on this person. It's just what it is. I mean, any Pisces that has listened to individuals talk about, we must protect these star seeds and these walk-ins and these earth angels because of witch hunts, and then they go and they get a collaboration together to witch hunt that individual because they're greedy. They want to live off the back. They want to live off the back of the real thing. And then, I mean, you have Pisces readers talking about, Pisces, you've done something that no one has ever done before. And that's not really a Pisces thing. That's like an INFJ thing. Thank you for the confirmation. It's like an INFJ thing. I mean, where they're going to have basically entity attachments. And I mean, there's Reiki for entity removal, if a practitioner will have anything to do with them, because at this point it's their karma, and I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that because it is a trap. They're trying to trap you for your spiritual protection that they tried to take. Tell them, Daisy. See, Daisy's a good alarm system. They're trying to trap you for your spiritual protection that they tried to take, or your energy that they tried to siphon. And it's what it is. I mean, I'm the kind of individual that has started over multiple times in various different states. And it's just what it is. But, we run into this problem all of the time, is you can't help these people. You try to help them and greed takes over. Jealousy takes over. They try to one-up you when they try to compete where they just don't compare. They just don't compare to a Pisces. And I can't do anything about that. Pisces is making them mad, and Pisces, you're not responsible for how they feel. You're not. They're making themselves mad, and it's what it is. I mean, if your light triggers their demons, then they're triggered demons, and there's nothing you can do about that. They're getting mad, and they're stomping their hooves and chasing their tails and banging their horns into the wall and just basically burning themselves out, and that's fine. That's fine. I can't do anything about that, Pisces. It's just what it is. However, the aspect of Pisces doing something that no one else has ever done before, that's something we need to look into, Pisces, because that's something Pisces has done that no one else has ever done before. Now, me personally, being a Pisces sun, water, Leo rising fire, and a Gemini moonshine, it would be addictive energy. How about that moon? You like that moon? Let me just grab that moon and hand that to you. That's what it is. That would be, it does. It makes them love drunk with love's intent to help her heal. It is. And that's where Pisces energy readers are saying, Pisces, your energy is addictive. Well, yeah, it's moonshine. It's Gemini moonshine. And I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. that's the problem with the Lover's card, is it doesn't matter what decision you make, you're going to upset someone. You're going to upset someone, and I did. I upset humanity. I chose God. I did. I picked God over all of you. Sorry, just what it is. I mean, the Leo rising in me, connected to the Most High. I had to pick God, and God will line everything out. I mean, because God is kind of everything, and I mean, when you pick God, then you kind of pick everything, and I do. I mean, I do much better in silence. That's what it is. I mean, having people that are protected by God, that know they have to move in silence, because I mean, come on, we're dealing with triggered demons. And that's what it is. Triggered demons always try to. That is a demon's job, is to rebel against God. They don't believe in the divine, right? And doing everything they can just for it to blow up in their face because they can't read. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about illiteracy. I can't do anything about people not doing the work. I can't do anything about people not understanding energy work, and then being jealous, 11:11 on the clock, and then being jealous for, their birth chart not matching up to the bullshit that they've spit. And I can't do anything about people spitting bullshit that doesn't match up. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. However, yes, their runes will be backfiring on them, because what they put out goes back on them, and they don't understand that. It's energy that affects them in ways that they don't understand. And it is. I mean, it's the typical INFJ bullshit. I mean, even Mahatma Gandhi said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. And then you win. And the whole group just gets dipped in blue water across America. Forever chemicals, because, they don't have spiritual protection. And I mean, that's going to cause a lot of jealousy. People will be jealous. Oh, but I want spiritual protection. Well, you shouldn't have tried to take Pisces. You tried to take Pisces spiritual protection, and you fucking lost your own. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. Sad as that is, can't do anything about that. We have to focus on Pisces and INFJ. And granted, not all INFJ are Jesus. I mean, some are Hitler. Let's face it. And we don't want to take that avenue. We do. We just everything lines up in divine right time. It does. It does. And I mean, when you talk about Pisces, it's a battle you can't win. Well, yeah, because the greedy individuals are bribing people. So it is, they have no morals, no ethics, no values, no integrity, and that's fine. That's fine. However, they also have forever chemicals in their water, and that's sad. That's sad. I can't do anything. But they're going to be the first ones to play the victim and run right out and get involved in a lawsuit. That's what it is. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. I would say by the time the lawsuit's over, the chemicals will have done the damage. So it's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. And plus, I mean, that's probably on their timeline. We kind of reality shifted out of that, didn't we? It's just what it is. Can't do anything about that. Right. And I mean, the thing would be is, identify the groups that are in chaos and calamity, pointing the finger and arguing with one another, because that's who they will have to work with during this final shift. And that's what it is. I'm shifting completely out of all this toxic bullshit. It's just we don't need it. Have no desire to deal with any of it. This is just what it is. They're the ones that have to look at each other as trigger demons with body jumpers moving around through them that are based on that djinn that Dorothy summoned. And she did. She's a trust fund baby, so she can afford to run around and pay practitioners to try to stop, block, impede. I mean, you had that energy in the cards of mother figures who knew not to go up against that star energy. And that has nothing to do with me. I mean, if they're dropping like flies and whatever, I mean, it's natural. I mean, it's natural causes, I guess. Hell, I don't know. They didn't care about the wrong dead dad for Thanksgiving, so I really can't worry about other people's problems. It's that those are their problems. Those are other people's problems. It's just what it is. And I mean, I learned a long time ago that, you can't, these people don't have an understanding. So, I mean, when they're sitting there looking at someone that can't do breath work anymore, then they'll have an understanding that that person just can't do breath work anymore. Or they have forever chemicals in their water and a nationwide lawsuit because God just doesn't bless America anymore. He doesn't. It's what it is. God gives America blue rain in Texas and California and forever chemicals. in a lawsuit. I mean, once the lawyers get involved, we all know they're greedy sharks. So I guess that would be your greedy sharks that are all around Pisces. Just confirmation. What do we got? Yeah, 3:56 on the clock. So be mind, body, and soul for change for humans. It's just what it is. 3:56. That is mind, body, and soul. 5 represents change, and 6 would be humans. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. It's the Trinity. However, yeah, I mean, I would have to agree with the energy readers that they played around and opened doors that they shouldn't have opened, and that's fine. I mean, Reiki is humanity's birthright, so I mean, they invested in unalive magic. That's not a very good investment at all. It's not a very good investment at all. I have to focus on my spiritual protection, so that's a good investment for me. A good investment in my spiritual protection, because I've been through that before. That's what it is. Like I said, if you want to see what these people are going to be going through with the shadow aspect of things, and it's what it is. I mean, you can trust your police body cams or you cannot. Either way, doesn't matter. And I'm sure Pisces is making them big mad, but I'm not responsible for how people feel. We're all a little mad here sometimes. It's just what it is. However, yeah, I mean, you're talking about opportunists that were willing to win at all costs. And I already told you that winning at all costs means it would cost them everything to be broke down completely by the divine, so that the divine shows them who's in charge. And I mean, they don't believe in God, and now they're being broke down by God. No, please, God, no. They know for a fact that there is a Most High, and it's what it is. I mean, it's the same Most High that we deal with in everyone in QHHT. But I mean, it's what it is. That's going to be, careful what you wish for. You just might get it. I mean, me trying for years to debunk Dolores Cannon due to the fact that she never found a hell. And I agree. I mean, out of thousands of sessions, we never found one. But here we are at end times, and you got Dorothy summoning Jinn with ancient Egyptian magic that is forbidden. It's forbidden magic. It's just what it is. I mean, we've already got police body cam evidence, unless the cops in Ohio are full of shit. It's just what it is. And I mean, it's what it is. I'm not saying there aren't cops out there that are full of shit, but chances are, if they can't explain a paranormal video with a shadow Jinn, I probably just fucking did. So it's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. And that was the energy in the cards around that time when I spoke up on my last channel, was that they were using Jinn on the third eye, trying to block the third eye. Jinn whispers. They were trying to block the fortune teller's connection with the divine. And it's what, and I mean, that usually comes from, tarot is supposed to be for positive healing messages. So when they get riled up within drama and get in heightened states of rage or fear during their readings, well, that opens them up to Jinn possession. That's the 3 ways that a Jinn enters the body. That's why it's so important to stay protected, shielded, right? And not to give them any reaction, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for you to get all right. And I've been there. I mean, that's how they got me last time. And that's why they're mad. That's why they're mad, because what worked last time didn't work this time, which has now flipped the script and got them in heightened states of rage and heightened states of fear. So anybody that they're working with is going to have to question, holy shit, is this narcissist with an entity attachment, Jinn possessed? And it would be their spirit taking over, the spirit of influence, whether it be, and it's what it is. It's one of the seven deadly sins versus one of the 7 virtues, and I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. I don't even want to study it. I don't want to care about it, because I've already kind of basically lined it all out. Just kind of lined it all out. But I mean, that would be the energy that these ladies are having a difficult time. When I hear them say, I really don't know what's going on here, that's when I like to jump in and fill in the blanks for them. because I understand that the energy is addictive. Yes, it's love's intent to help or heal, and a Pisces, Sun, Water, Leo, Rising, Fire, Gemini, Moonshine. So it makes people love drunk and obsessed. And that's fine. They should be obsessed with their own healing energy, their own birthright, doing the work, doing the inner work, but they want reward without effort. So that's fine. And that's typical. That's where that spirit of greed kicks in. And then they're tenfold, they're complete greed. They're a walking greed goblin. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with walking greed goblins. That's what it is. They'll burn themselves out. That's what it is. Just take the movie Seven, and you'll see their final destination. And they're doing it to themselves. It's not like you need a John Doe with Brad in a pit of despair. Oh God, no! With Morgan Freegod, California, don't come in here. You got blue water, and probably going to be broke off into the ocean anytime soon. So that's what it is. Look at the doomsday map. That's what it is. I would say America is probably not the place to be, especially not with that's how it starts. It starts with a, nationwide lawsuits on your side. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that. We had a destiny, but freaking one of the readers said, it's kind of hard to go back and make up for something that didn't happen in the past. And I agree. You can't make up for something that didn't happen. That's past. That's past times. That's past time. That's missed opportunities. That's missed opportunities. And they never do like the Earth Angels' leap of faiths, because the universe always catches me. It's just what it is. Kind of catches me and just glides me here and glides me there. It's just what it is. And the fact that we're dealing with crimes against humanity by monsters that kept you in the dark at a lower vibrational state to make sure you were sick so that they could profit off the death of you. It's just what it is. And they're still at it. If you have a nationwide forever chemical, that's lawyers working with them to profit off of the illness of the entire society. So that's what it is. I can't do anything about a profoundly sick, backward society that falls for their tricks every time they invoke them. So that's what it is. And for my next trick, they just pull a rabbit out of the hat. So it is really no fun, though, when the rabbit has the gun. I do agree with that. That's why we'll be moving in silence with others because you have to focus on Pisces at this point, because they were siphoning Pisces spiritual protection. Well, okay, that means that Pisces can call back their spiritual protection, and they have their spiritual protection. And the universe has already lined out what we're supposed to do, and the people that know who they are know to be silent. We have trigger demons running around. Can't have a whole bunch of trigger demons. It is. Like attracts like, and do. That's what it is. You don't put all of your business out on the streets because, people do. They try to stop, block, impede. That's what it is. It'll be slow building, but at least it will be building. We are building things, and we're building things in the dark. But see, our darkness comes to the light too. It's just fucking accepted with 5-star reviews. So we'll continue letting things be accepted with 5-star reviews, while everybody is worried about nationwide lawsuits and blue water with forever chemicals in their shit. I can't do anything about that. Welcome to America. Welcome to America. That's what it is. What comes around goes around. And I hear that they really don't like it when Pisces ancestors pull up on the scene, and they have war angels surrounding them, and it's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about angels blowing trumpets on humans. It's just what it is. Anyway, y'all have a beautiful day. And yeah, that's the energy that you guys have in the cards. Someone admires someone's freedom, but yet they want to constrain them. Well, yeah, because they sit there and tell all of their followers how you're supposed to protect these star seeds and walk-ins and earth angels and keep them from mobs of witch hunts. And then they're the opportunists that are living. They create the witch hunt. They tell you they tell you what not to do, which is exactly what they're doing on the back end. It's just what it is. Anyway, not my problem. That's their problem, and it's backfiring on them, because that's why the whole corrupt group of parasites can't trust one another, and it's just what it is. That's why we have the ones that we can trust in the dark. It's just what it is. So that when we come to the light, nobody fucking knows about it. They can't. The devil can't block, stop, destroy, or rob what they don't know about. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Anyway, that's enough of that. So I mean, yeah, Pisces. I mean, when I hear the readers say Pisces, you have to call judgment on this person. Well, I basically just did. When an individual talks about, you have to protect this person, and then they don't do fucking anything except bribe tarot readers to control the narrative so that they don't get caught for their magic trick. It's just what it is. That's what it is. I mean, all you have to do is look at people that are playing with sigils and know that shit's backfiring on them. Look at people that play with runes, it's backfiring on them. They're playing around with energy that they don't understand, and what they put out goes right back on them. So I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. We're going to continue to remove toxicity. We're going to continue to let the shit backfire in their face. That's what it is. Everyone's worried about Pisces spiritual protection when they didn't do anything to develop their own. And that's what it is. I mean, I don't hold a grudge. When Irene Bedford INFJ was arrested for the paranormal police body cam footage they can't fucking explain, I was too. I'm not mad about it because that's going back on them. It's what comes around goes around. That's what it is. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And Pisces, you will witness their karma in mystical and magical backfiring ways. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. Right? They have to deal with a bunch of trigger demons that, oh God, I can't believe we got ourselves into this. And I agree. I can't believe they got themselves into that. That is a them problem. Not my circus, not my flying monkeys. All right, well, y'all have a beautiful evening. Namaste.